Hi. Watching TV.
Thanks.
Thanks for meeting me.
No problem. So what did you want to talk about?
I just feel like we need to have a conversation, woman to woman. And sometimes when Derek's around, it's like things can get so heated. And I don't want this conversation to be like that. I just want to talk to you and tell you how I feel about this, and I want you to like really try to listen and understand. I don't want there to be another person in the way. Like, we both just get so heightened whenever he's around, and I want to talk to you about this whole situation, because I don't think any of this is fair for either of us, really.
Honestly, and I have to be honest with you, like, I feel like I should have done that from the beginning, but also at the same time, like, my intentions were never to hurt anybody, because from, on my end, it was me and my girlfriend already broken up. And I understand, yes, I have a situation back home that I had to deal with at the time, but it was not my intention to hurt anybody. And I didn't think that I was going to hurt your feelings by coming and staying with him. You know what I mean? Because in my head and what he had told me, you weren't around at the time. So I feel like if I would have known this from the beginning, I would have had this conversation with you. Like, I would have had that one-on-one, because as, woman to woman, you deserve that, So, but you're right. I feel like whenever there's other people around, it's going to be hard to have this type of conversation. So that's why I came. Like, honestly, if it was any other situation, obviously it would be awkward, but I feel like I do owe you that.
Well, thank you. I mean, we're both in love with the same person.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've ever been able to sit across the table from somebody and, like, I just feel like I have so many emotions, but I want to tell you that even though Derek is telling you, like, everything is done between us and he's made his decision, I don't think that he is in his clear mind. Like, I know you know him and I know him. I feel like I know him better than anyone, and I know you probably feel the same, but I just feel like he doesn't know what he's doing. He's acting on some weird impulse, and he doesn't understand what he's losing. And I also want to know, like, how you think Conrad feels. I mean, I know you're following your heart, and I can't be mad at you guys, but I can be hurt. And I know you don't want to hurt me, and I don't want to.
And I didn't see, and like I said, I didn't want to hurt anybody by doing this. And I don't really think that even him and I knew that it was going to get to this point. But I didn't mean to hurt you or Conrad. And Conrad and I have already had a conversation since I've been back out here. And I feel bad. I do feel bad, you know what I mean? Because I dragged everybody into this. Now you're out here, you know what I mean, for Derek and everything. But I've told Conrad, like, I need time to just figure out what I want, because Derek and I didn't know that when I went to go visit him that it was going to come this far.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Question, like, how did one text message create all of this? Like, were you guys talking before when Derek and I were fine?
I'll be honest with you, we weren't. And I just think that when he texted me, and then, we talked on the phone very briefly, but he was like, yeah, like, I'll fly you out here, this and that. It was not, I didn't think that it was going to be to get back together at all. And I feel like maybe it brought up some emotions that I didn't even know were still there, and I had no idea that it was going to create this whole snowball effect, but it is, and this is the point that we're at now. But it is true, like, I do care for him and I do love him. I still care about him so much.
So you must have, like, had those feelings though before he sent the text, unless you and Conrad were, like, going through something and it made you feel, because that's what I feel like is happening with him. Like, him and I didn't talk for 2 days and he sent you that text because he was lonely. And then when you came,
and that's, like, what I keep having to, that's why it's so hard for me to just make that jump, to just jump right back to Derek's arms, because I feel like, why did it take for him to go through that big breakup? You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, like, he just reaches out to me, and all of a sudden he wants to get back with me and wants me to come live with him and be with him. You know what I mean? So that's why I can't just run back. It hasn't been that easy. Also, on the other side of it, like, me and Conrad were good. Like, we never ever fought. We haven't had one fight. Like, everything has been great. And I think that's why everybody's just kind of so confused, especially on his side, But I just feel like I had to come to meet you just because I feel like there might have been something else going on that maybe you could tell me about. Like, I had to talk to somebody who would understand, and the only person that's going to understand is you. You know what I mean? Because
I-
you were going through that breakup. You guys were going through whatever issues you guys had going on before.
Yeah.
So do you think that it's him just reaching out to me because he's lonely or because he's broken up or like...
I think everybody's gone through that stage where
What is this? I'm sorry.
it's a tea.
Just
Like tea?
Yeah, that's fine. I'm sorry. I just wanted to
No, no,
ask.
it's okay. There's no roofies or anything. There's nothing in it.
Okay.
I just feel like we've all gone through, especially as women, like a point in time where we go through a breakup or we stop talking to someone and we try to get back at somebody. And I think Derek saw a video that his best friend and I did and was really hurt, but he doesn't express that in the right way. And so he tried to get back at me again and again and again. And I think that it pushed me away and I didn't talk to him for 2 days. And it created this like animosity or like resentment towards me, and that's why he reached out to you. I mean, I just can't think of like why any other way he would reach out and try to break your happy home and like try to stay away from me, stay away from our family, and that's the only explanation I can come up with. Like, it's like a rebound. And I don't mean that in like a rude way. I just feel like he does not understand that he's using this emotion and this hurt that he has in his heart, and he's like he's taking it out the wrong way.
And honestly, like, it's crazy because we both know him. Like, you guys have been together for a while now. And, you know, whatever we had before, obviously I know him too, but he has this way of just pushing people out of his life. You know, when he's done, he's done.
Yeah.
And there's not really, like, you can't really tell him otherwise,
Yeah.
you know? So that's why I think it's scary for me to think, oh, I'm just going to leave a perfect guy behind to go jump into this, because what if he does that to me too? You know what I mean?
And I mean-
But at the same time, you need to understand too is that I didn't know that I had these feelings still, and I didn't mean to, you know, break you guys apart even more or cause any problems for you or, you know, anything like that. But I do still care about him, and I do still love him, and in the back of my mind, like, I still do want to be with him. So I can't just sit here and say, like, you're absolutely right, you can take him back,
Yeah.
because I do care about him.
Yeah. This is really hard.
It is, I know. And it's a messed up situation. Like, I can't even...
I just want you to understand that we're so good together, and this issue we had was over a video, and him and I have never had a problem before then.
Yeah.
And he's such an important part in my life and my son's life, and I just want you to know, like, this is a big deal. This is like a really extreme, like, this is
So
a really
are you
big
telling
deal.
me this in hopes that, like, I'm not going to get back with him, or in hopes that you guys are going to get back together? Because what if I don't end up going with him, or I don't end up moving back with him? Like, what if it doesn't fix your situation? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm here because I look like an idiot. Like, I came here following somebody that literally told me not to. I've never done that in my entire life, and I'm doing it because I can't give up on somebody that I love as much as I love him, and I won't.
And you know what's even worse about this whole thing is we're literally two people, like you said, in love with the same person.
Yeah.
Because I've never ever been in this situation. I've never brought people, you know what I mean, down to this type of thing before ever in my life. I'm not somebody who creates controversy or creates problems with people's relationship. That's not me. That's never been me. But at
Sometimes-
the end of the day, it is that we just love the same person.
Yeah.
You know?
Sometimes I think that this is like the ugly side of like true love in my case, and I just feel like I can't let it go. And I have to tell you, if you guys continue to be together, I'm not gonna go anywhere. Like, I'm not gonna go away. I don't want to be crazy, but I cannot let something like this go this easily. He can tell me over and over and over and over again that he doesn't want to be with me, and I don't believe him. Like, I don't care if that's insane, I just don't believe him. I think he's making a rebound mistake, and I think it's like textbook emotional. He's something is wrong, and I'm trying to fix it. I want to fix it.
Has he ever mentioned me before
Never
while you guys were dating or anything like that?
He has never mentioned anything to me about anything about you. I've never known.
See, this is, I'm telling you, like, this is why I felt like I needed to come meet you, because I don't want to be that rebound because I'm leaving a great person behind for this. You know what I mean? If I do, I'm basically jumping ship and I'm taking everything I got. I moved my whole life over here from across the country. You know what I mean? To be with this person who's great. But at the same time, I can't ignore my feelings for Derek or, you know, my love for Derek and what we had before. I get it. It's in the past. It's history for a reason. But to know that he still feels the same way about me, like we both feel the same way about each other right now. Like it's also hard to just walk away from.
I understand that. I think that, like you said, a lot of times history repeats itself, and there's a reason why your exes are your exes, and you can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't have, Conrad's so good. Like, he's such a good guy, and you can't have both.
So I just want to know, like, what's going on, like how you guys even talk. Like now, I don't know, like that's just weird to me that you're like saying, you know what I mean, like he's such a good guy. Are you basing this off of our videos or?
Yeah, like on the videos. Just like, I just think he looks like a good guy, I guess. So
I don't know. I mean, what the result of this whole thing was going to be. I know I needed to get information from you or out of you about Derek because I'm not going to be the rebound person either. But at the same time, like, I feel like you also have to respect what he wants too. You know what I mean? Like, what if he wants to fully commit to me, you know what I mean, and fully live a wonderful life with me?
I won't believe that until the day you guys get married. And I'll probably still be there, like, in the stands or outside of the window. I don't really care how crazy I sound. I just don't believe it. As crazy as that sounds, like, I also want to know why you think that you can sleep with him. Like, why do you think it's okay to sleep next to somebody that's heart belongs to somebody else?
But if he's telling me it doesn't belong to you, you guys aren't together, so what is, I don't get where you're getting that from.
Well, he's wrong. And you
But
guys...
you just said that you guys were broken up.
No, he doesn't know what he's talking about, though. And I'm just trying to figure out why you think it's
I feel
okay
like
to,
maybe you might be a little too far into this, like yourself. You know what I mean?
Listen,
Like
I
maybe
think that you're a little bit too far into this. This isn't even your situation.
Listen, this is the only reason why
isn't
I
even your
didn't want to come is because I didn't want to come here to raise my voice and start any shit with you. Like, I was cool to have a decent conversation, but I'm not gonna be here for you if you're gonna be yelling at me. Like, if you want to talk, let's have a normal conversation.
Of course, I'm gonna raise my voice if you are taking my boyfriend from me.
Like, this is exactly what I just said.
Then leave.
Speak to me
of course,
like
I'm
a
gonna.
woman.
I am talking like a woman.
Whatever, if you don't have time.